Yo, what is good, Dolphins and Falcons fans? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from day 2 of Falcons Dolphins joint practices. So in this video, I'm kind of going to break down everything I saw, everything I took note of, and keep you guys updated with everything you guys need to know going into another day of practice. And we're about to have preseason games start up tonight. I will be live for some games, so make sure you guys join the family. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I will be live almost every single day throughout this, or not every single day, but every Sunday, and every time there's a game on, I'll probably be live for a game or two. So make sure you guys join the family. I'm also going to be covering the entirety of the offseason, which includes signings, trades, preseason, training camp, regular season, everything you guys can think of. I've got you guys covered. And also hit that like button just so we can get this video to more Falcons and Dolphins fans around the world. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, the Dolphins defense yesterday, or day 1, came out strong. The Dolphins defense looked extremely good in day 1 of joint practices, but day 2, they actually came out very slow and flat and didn't look as good as they did in day 1, if that makes any sense. Christian Wilkins was sitting out, and now I don't think it's injury related. So he was out, so maybe that's something to take note of. But the Dolphins were missing, the team's the leader, I guess you could say. I feel like he's been one of the most vocal guys in the locker room so far. So maybe that could have hurt their defensive play, which is a little bit scary just in case, if he happens to miss time in the regular season, how is that going to affect them? So that was something I took note of. Don't know how it affected them, but it might have. That's just something I want to throw out there. But Desmond Ridder for the Falcons, 4 for 4 on touchdown throws in 7-on-7s in the red zone area. So that was, Desmond Ridder looked amazing. Now, listen, Ramsey's out, Wilkins out. It's going to make a difference on their defense, but Ridder looked good. You cannot take that away from him. It is still tough to get touchdown passes in the red zone. So that alone is very impressive in my opinion. Now, I will say one thing. The Dolphins' running defense actually looked pretty good. The lanes were clogged. They had no running lanes, and they were forced to pass throughout the entirety of practice. Now, like I said, the Dolphins' defense clamped down on the Falcons' offense during the first period, and then for the rest of practice, it looked like the Falcons' offense was starting to kind of pick it up, and they kind of figured out what they were trying to run. So you got to give credit to the Falcons offense. Dolphins defense didn't look as good. Now, a guy on the Dolphins defense that, I took note of was Channing Tindall. Now, if you don't, you should know who that is, but I think he was a former third-round pick, if I'm right, in 2022. Hasn't been doing good in camp so far. Has not even looked remotely good. However, in this practice, he was really exciting in terms of getting to the quarterback, rushing the passer, getting in the backfield, shooting the gap. I feel like he does those things very, very well, but he's very, I would say subpar at everything else he does, but he's really good at one thing, and that's just shooting the gap and getting to the quarterback. But I think he still has a lot of work to do, and we'll see if he can continue to build on, a solid day. But he's still, like I said, he's got a long way to go to climb up this depth chart for the Dolphins. We saw a little bit of Raekwon Davis, who got a lot more snaps strictly because Christian Wilkins was out. But he actually flushed Ridder out of the pocket a couple of times, so that was good to see from Raekwon Davis. I think he had a nice, he had a couple of plays where I was like, oh, that was interesting. That was something you want to see out of him. Now, I feel like Atlanta's offense definitely took a major step up in today's practice. The Dolphins' D-line definitely clamped down the run game, like I said. Emmanuel Ogbah had a big tackle for a loss in the backfield on Algier. You had, a couple of guys, including Randy Charlton, deflected a third down pass. The Dolphins' defense was snuffing out screen passes. So whenever it came to, plays at the line of scrimmage, the Dolphins' front seven looked extremely good. But when it came to the passing downs, it seemed like the Falcons' offense kind of knew what they were doing and were kind of doing everything right. Now, the Falcons' defense, when we kind of flip sides here, the Falcons defense has been amazing. Day 1, they were absolutely lighting up everything. I mean, they were getting SWAT downs, they were getting plays in the backfield, they were getting interceptions, they were doing everything right. It seemed like Tua, Skylar Thompson, it seemed like Mike White, it seemed like all these guys were struggling to get anything going in day 1. Now, day 2, things definitely looked a little bit better in terms of, in general for the offense. I feel like they definitely did a better job getting going. They definitely did a better job, just playing offense, playing how they should. Now, there was a little bit of a fight. There was a little bit of an injury with Jalen Waddle, so hopefully things are looking okay for the Dolphins offense right now. We need to hope that they're okay. I feel like they will be okay. I don't think Jalen Waddle's injury is anything crazy. I think he should be back. But overall, another good day at camp for both these teams. I think they're really getting in some good work. Preseason games are right around the corner, so I'm excited for that. Let me know in the comment section down below who's one player you're really excited to see throughout the preseason. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. Turn on post notifications just so you're notified every time we post one of these videos. And I just want to keep you guys updated. So join the family and also check out today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. If you guys play fantasy football and don't like going through the struggle of starting and sitting players, and it does everything for you. So it's so fun. It's so exciting. Go check it out. It's going to be a little bit of a segment coming up right here. So check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.